This week on Mom's Cookbook Collection, we're going to be using a cookbook from Dad's family. This one is The Boston Cookbook by Mary Jane Lincoln. Copyright 1912. Now this particular one is signed Minna L. Hugo. There are two Minnas on my dad's side. My great-great-grandmother, Minna Bodenstedt Hugo, and my grandfather's sister, so my grand aunt, Minna Hugo. So it's Minna L. Hugo, so it must be my grand aunt. This week we're going to be doing chicken chartreuse. And like most of the recipes from this era, the instructions are rather enigmatic. So I'm going to be adding some ingredients, and I'm going to be changing the cooking method only because I don't have the equipment to cook it the way the instructions say to cook it. The ingredients: 9 ounces or a heaping cup of cold cooked chicken chopped very fine. Add the inside of 2 sausages or 2 ounces of lean cooked ham chopped fine. I'm using 6 breakfast sausage links run through a food processor. I suspect their definition of the sausage and our definition of the sausage is different. 3 tablespoons of powdered breadcrumbs, 1 tablespoon of capers or 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or vinegar, a speck of cayenne, 2 eggs well beaten, and enough hot soup stock to make it quite moist, 1 orange pepper chopped fine, and 1 cup of shredded sharp cheese. Add salt and pepper to taste, the amount depending upon the seasoning in the sausages. The sausages may be omitted and a larger amount of chicken used. We're going to be putting this in a crock pot and cooking it for 3 hours on low. But originally, they would butter a small mold and pack the meat in closely to within an inch of the top to allow for swelling. You put it on a trivet in a kettle and steam for 3 hours. If no uncooked meat is to be used, 1 hour will be sufficient. Cool it in the mold. When ready to serve, dip the mold quickly into warm water and loosen the meat around the edges with a thin knife and remove the mold. Okay, we gave it about 2.5 hours, and I am serving it over rice. Now, I don't have a picture of what it's supposed to look like, but it looks good. I think most of that coloring is probably from the peppers. Let's see what we've got here. Very tasty. Yeah. Oh, that works. Oh, here's a caper. Let's see what it tastes like with a caper. Very good. I've never actually had a caper before, but it does work. I didn't have to put any salt or pepper on this. I figured the pork that I used, those breakfast sausage links, had enough seasoning in them, and the breadcrumbs I used were I think they were Italian herbs and seasoning, but did not take away from the recipe whatsoever. Now, it probably isn't, or probably didn't come out the way the original chef designed it. It's supposed to be made in a mold. So they're supposed to come out like a jelly, like a loaf, like a meatloaf. I think I may have used too much chicken stock or not enough breadcrumbs. I also mixed some sharp cheddar cheese in with it, so that may have prevented it from acquiring that loaf texture. But it works great over rice. Today's recipe was chicken chartreuse, and this is from the 1912 edition of the Boston Cookbook by Mrs. Mary J. Lincoln. First principal of the Boston Cooking School and author of Carving and Serving, Boston School Kitchen Textbook, 20 Lessons in Cookery, The Peerless Cookbook, and a cookbook for a month at a time. And this belonged to my grand aunt, Minna J. Hugo. As we like to say, the recipe was a winner.